Welcome to HSP, the Hood Sistas Podcast.
We are not from the hood. We talk about. Hold on. We're not from the hood, but we talk about sisterhood, culture, family, fashion, and all things in between. How are you doing today?
Why is you weak?
Why did you pull out guns? Welcome to the Hood Sistas Podcast.
Because some shots went off over the weekend.
They did.
And I was just bop, bop, bop. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man, but no, I'm blessed by the best. I got some tea today. How you feeling?
Hey now. I'm feeling good, it's definitely been an eventful week, just in other people's lives and in my personal life. So I'm doing good. I'm glad that it's Monday, a little chill day, and then get the week back going and running next week.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I just feel like I've been waiting all week for this day because I'm just like, I feel like from Friday was Kobe's day. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo on Kobe Day, shooting commercial. Then all this other stuff happened from Friday up until today. It's like I was like, Monday can't come fast enough. So we're here. And we're gonna get right into it today.
All right. So let's get into our 1, 2, 3. What it is this week? What do we have this week, sis? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
You know what's interesting? Let me tell you how and what we have. We have mambas. We have black mambas.
Yes.
On Kobe's day,
Mm-hmm.
a snake came out of a cobra came out on Kobe's day and was hissing. Just hissing, right? It was giving black mamba. And then when that snake made its way and its fangs came out, it striked and it landed on a couple of people. And it's almost like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
But you know what's funny is the snake didn't attack. The hiss is always the warning. So, they hiss before they, you know what I mean? So this wasn't even the attack. This was just the warning.
So when she dropped Cobra, what was that?
I think Cobra was just the announcement into the air. Let's just address who we're talking about.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. We are talking about Megan Thee Stallion. She released his a few days ago and had the world in a frenzy. She had a visual, she had the audio, and it just all went together, and it all ties to her Cobra track. So I don't know if this is just a new era for her that she's entering into. But to answer your question, I don't really know. I think Cobra was just the prequel, maybe. And then Hiss is the
sequel.
Would you call Hiss the chapter 1, or would you call Hiss the middle of the book, if we're referring to it as a book? If Cobra is the prequel, Hiss is,
because it's like,
Hiss isn't the.
If she would have dropped Hiss first, we have assumed it was a snake. Like, are you giving it to us? Like, I want you to know it's a snake, it's a cobra, right? And we they hit. So it's like, what comes next? Like, if we're going.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, is it Venom? Like, are we gonna? Is there a narrative? Is because Venom comes out? Like, is it poison? Like, what? I don't know. With the roll out.
Oh, I feel like at this point it's kind of just like now we're on edge because we didn't know Cobra was gonna be a whole thing. Like in Cobra, she talked about everything that she went through, going through depression, all this other stuff. Hiss is like, I'm addressing everyone that I told you and everything that I experienced in Cobra. So it's like, I don't really know what comes next after Hiss. It's kind of just like we on edge a little bit,
Yeah, because it's like you hiss before you strike. So if we found out it's a snake and we know the snake is coming, but we just don't know when the snake is going to attack. And if she's doing anything like Kobe made his sneakers the Grinch, right? Because Kobe didn't want to be like, you're feared by a snake. So Kobe made himself a bad guy. He's the black mamba mentality, and he wears Grinches. And in my head, I'm like, is Megan like, well, since y'all don't like me, let's because with me it's black and white. I don't do 50 shades of gray. You either like me or you don't. If it's gray, you're done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
well, let's get into it though. How do you feel about his? Like, what was your take on that?
So, oh my gosh. I absolutely loved his. Let me just say, like, I loved his because his is the Megan that I first got introduced to. Like, this is Tina Snow. This is Megan's alter ego. So this is when I got introduced to Megan, how she was rapping, etc. Like, I'm glad that she said everything that she said. Because it's like finally, like, she was quiet for so long, not really saying much outside of interviews, outside of going to court, all that situation that happened. She wasn't really saying much in the media about this is what's happening. This person said this about me. But in this record, I'm gonna let y'all know, stop playing with me. So I really liked it. I didn't know it was gonna be a visual. Like, I saw that she dropped the audio first, and then I saw it became a whole visual. Like, so this was very well thought out. I think it was very it was put together really good. The production, the visuals, and that fact that it all ties into whatever era that she's going into with Cobra and now Hiss, and now we don't know what's next. If it is something coming next, I don't know if she's leading up to an album or something. You know, it's just so much to think about. But what did you think about it?
Before I say mine, is there any bars that you liked? Anything that stood out to you?
Oh wow. It's just so many, you know, it's just
You that
let
come
me think
on.
of one. Let me see. Girl, I don't even know where to start. It's just so many. I feel like I'll say one that I feel like not everyone is overlooking a little bit. When she starts off, it's in the beginning, she says something about he can't breathe, he can't let it go, his nose in this Tina Snow. I feel like a lot of people overlook that one because it's just, I don't know if this is a triple entendre or double entendre, I don't know. But you're talking about let it go. I don't know if you watched Frozen. That was like a big theme in Frozen, the movie about the snow and the snowman. So it's like he can't breathe, he can't let it go. His nose in this Tina Snow. And then she's also introducing her alter ego Tina Snow in that line. And then Tina Snow can also mean crack cocaine. He's addicted. He can't let it go. It's just so much. And this is at the beginning. I feel like no one really pointed that one out because they were stuck on the one bar that everyone was raving about. But that's one that I feel like was overlooked. What do you think?
I missed that. Definitely the Megan's Law. Obviously, there was so much that came. What was my overall? So, you know, I'm when I first heard it, I'm like, okay, I need to listen. You can't. I didn't catch it all the very first time. I heard a lot of like, okay, you know, before I even get like overall, I was here for the energy. What I disliked is like, oh my God, it's 2024. Why are we doing it? I don't want the drama, but I'm definitely here for the sport of it. And I'm like, after Nikki, like whatever, I'm here for anyone defending themselves. It's the freedom of speech is making music, like I said. I don't know everything. So some of the things that was said, because I don't know everything, and all that she's went through, it was kind of, it's like if you don't know, you don't know. So certain things might have went over my head if it was ambiguous or whatever. But I will say, when she said the line, she should have fucked your friend. Like when she was, the way she was giving it up, it was a lot of what I do, I think the part, aside from the, I'm not saying diss the men, but don't diss Nikki or whoever your ops are. But I do, like, I'm not anti-party. I'm not anti anybody that is against Meg or whatever her issue is, whatever her sentiments are. But I will say, hearing her pop her shit about the guys that missed her or wish that they had, like I like that talk from her. It was like just about like, you know, you addicted, like you acting like talking, like I love the confidence about knowing that she's like, that she's the best at what she does or whatever. Like, you know, or you get scars or you in the gym. Like I said, I probably should have just had the lyrics. I'm gonna pull the lyrics up in a second, but I guess for me, it made me think she did this before so many events that people are gonna have to see each other at. Grammys, Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend. We early in the year, and it's like it's gonna cause like Quavo sitting by Chris Brown at a fashion show. I'm just like, didn't Kenneth and Offset have that situation that never really happened. Like, what is this about to do? Because Party dropped, and I'm like, are we still worried about the Party song with the person? Like, is that still a thing? Like, do we even care about the song? Or even him saying you got to drop for clout, like all of that. And then, let's add this too. Apparently, there was a line about Pimp C and Nicki Minaj's diss back to Meg. Pimp C's wife came out in defense of Megan because they're from Houston. So now apparently Pimp C has beef with with Nicki because I missed whatever bar Nicki said. But there's a bar I gotta to Bigfoot and listen to the acapella.
Yeah.
It's like, we've talked about Megan, but we can let's hop on our good foot and let's switch the topic and no, I'm not even trying based off of her lyrics. I'm not trying to be funny to anybody that's victimized, but based off of the lyrics, we're gonna put the shoe on the other foot and talk about Bigfoot. Bigfoot happened today, right?
Yeah, I think Bigfoot dropped at midnight. And what I want to say about just this whole beef situation, I just hope it stays in the music. Like, it just brings back like the old feel back in the day when it was like rap beef. It was, for the most part that I remember, I wasn't, older during that time frame, but majority of the time it just stayed in the music. Like, let's just keep it in the music. Let's not make this into something else it isn't. Like, I'm all for rap beef if we can keep it in the music. I don't want it to turn into X, Y, and Z, and then it becomes this whole big thing. But talk about Bigfoot. For me, I guess, when Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. I feel like Nicki said, when they go low, we go to hell. I just feel like that's what she did when she said, hop on your good foot. Now, it is what it is. All cards are on the table. So it's like you can't not say something and then expect someone not to say something else back to you. But what I will say, bringing up Meg's mother was just a little crazy to me when you just had a parent transition. So I'm just like, if Meg comes back and says something about your father, then what do we have? Because it's like all gloves are off at this point. So that was a little wild to me, but it's just like, it is what it is. Nicki don't care. She gonna say what she want to say. But as far as I listened to Bigfoot, but to me, like she said in the song, she went light. It wasn't like a serious diss to me. And I wish she would have took it serious, because it's just like, maybe she just don't see it like, this lady dissing me, like it's not that serious. But for you to drop a project like Pink Friday that was just so amazing, and then you follow with a diss record called Bigfoot, it didn't hit like that for me the way Pink Friday hit. And I just feel like with your catalog being the way that it was, I was expecting like a diss, like bars, not just like Bigfoot, hop on your good foot, because we know what Nicki is capable of. But like she said, this is me going light. Maybe the next drop would be something better, but I just feel like for that to be the first diss in a song, so I didn't want to hear that.
Okay, so question then, right? So it seemed like Meg probably put all the cards on the table. Let's put it in perspective. If Meg said I'm hissing, her hiss sound like she spilled all the tea. So if this was a hiss, and obviously the song wasn't just about Nicki, it was about everybody that shoe fit.
Exactly.
So you made your whole song directed at one person that's now sending all the energy to her. So here's where I'm at, right? You're saying you wish Nicki would have went harder. We could say that, but my question to you is this. If Meg went so hard at first and Nicki didn't go just as hard, do you think that Meg has something that's going to top what she did on his, that's going to compete with whatever heavy shit that Nicki didn't release yet?
I think so, because I'm just thinking about what the track is called and how her whole era right now is about snakes. That's just how I'm thinking. Like, a snake will hiss before a snake attacks. So that's why I'm thinking this probably not the hardest.
Okay. So and I ain't gonna hold you. If that is a hiss, if we're saying that, let's say they were both hissing, Nicki's hiss missed. Your hiss missed the diss. You had a hiss miss diss.
Yo.
Okay, but when it's beef, it's beef. And I put it to you like this. That's why when we were messaging, and I'm just like, sometimes we don't know if this is this a battle or is this a war? Because sometimes what people will do, think about boxing, right? If Nikki is treating Bigfoot like a boxing match, if Muhammad Ali's in the ring, the first 3 rounds, he's not throwing punches, right? Or he's going just, it's defense. She could be like, I'll bait you enough because I want you to swing. Bring them cards out. Boxers fight like that. So then when them arms start to drop and you ain't got the cardio or the core, you like, damn, nigga throw the punch, he get you right there in the body. If Nikki wants the world to think, no, we boxing. I already know. Because let's say we said Nikki wasn't a frenzy. You'd be like, damn, she reacting like that. Now everybody think that that's Nikki's best, but what if Nikki's holding a nuclear bomb? I don't know, because it's not like, I do think that if you take off the fat fragments in the foot and this is your dead mama, you're in a dead mama, dead mama. I'm like, oh my gosh, like why do you have to like your dead mama, dead mama, dead mama? I'm like, that was like, she sounded like she was trolling. Like it's like, come on, what age wise, you don't seem like the grown one in that instance. But we also too, I don't know if we've ever seen like a real. I don't know if any other rap beefs. I don't know if Remy. I just can't think of anything. I feel like when it was Jay-Z and Nas, you knew. When it was Drake and Meek, you know. And it's a lot of like, if it's not directed, it's not respected. Because my question to you is this too, right? Meg didn't drop any names. Nicki was obviously directed at Meg. When Meg does come back, if she does, do you want Meg to name drop? Like, is it better that Nicki was direct to the person and Meg was indirect? Like holistically, you get what I'm saying?
I don't know if one is better than the other, but I feel like Nicki was direct and name dropped because in Meg's song, she said, "You not about it, you never address me." That's what Meg said in his.
Oh, okay. So now I guess Nicki's like, I'm here to address. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to stretch this out, but this is a very interesting time to be in. Like I said, I hope they keep it in the music. I'm mainly for women empowerment, but if we gonna beef, just beef on records. Like let's just keep it on the radio. Let's just keep it in the headphones. I just don't want it to go past this, but it is what it is at this point. So we're gonna follow along. I don't know when the next release is gonna be, if either party releases again. But we shall see.
Comments. Yeah, put in our comments who you think won. Like I said, we love both Meg, we love Nicki. Like, go check out Pink Friday, check out the records. We ain't here for the drama. It's Hood Sistas Podcast. If we can get Nicki or Meg, we would love to have you come on and talk to us. But put it in the comments who won, who had the better bars, what y'all think, so we can move on to our next topic. That was juicy. Oh, Jay. Okay, so man, since we already got 1, 2, 3, what it is with me, Jay, how your titties feeling today? You got anything you want to get off your breast? I know it's kind of weird to ask you like that, but
yeah, that was a very interesting take. But this week I am feeling all right. What I want to say is, because this has happened to me a lot. So my get it off your breast this week will be trust your gut or get punched in it. And I say this because I am very intuitive. And if you know me personally, like when I have a feeling about something, I'm going to vocalize it. Now, when I have feelings about something, I don't know exactly what is going to happen, but it could be like I'm meeting someone and I'm just like, I don't have a good feeling about them. They haven't necessarily done anything to me in that moment, but I feel things about people before things even unfold. And it doesn't have to be necessarily about people. It could be a place, it could be an event. That's just how I am. So this week, I feel like a lot of people had to recognize how intuitive I am, because I will speak up about something before things unfold. And it's either you're going to either trust what my gut says or you're going to get punched in your gut. Because I already told you, I already gave you the warning. I already said, hey, this isn't good. Hey, you might want to watch her. But if you don't listen to me and back up from the situation, you're going to get punched in the gut. So the only thing that I would say how people can support me is to just listen to what I say. I'm not going to always have an exact answer about why this situation is not going to pan out right, but my gut never steers me wrong. So if I ever gave you a warning at any time, any point of your life about something, a place, a thing, a situation, a noun, I don't know, an adjective, just know 9 times out of 10, Tahjai is on point about what she felt in her spirit. So just listen to me sometimes is all I'm saying. What do you have to get off your breast this week?
Let me add to you real quick. Let me tell y'all in YouTube world, our subscribers and everybody that's tuned in, I trust Jay's gut so much that when I get hungry, I call her and ask her what to eat. That's how much like our gut, like I trust your gut. Hey, probiotics, what's going like? But but no, I'll it's being funny. But I feel you on that, and it's energy. Like there's been like I think that the more time you spend with yourself, the more you're in tune with yourself, the more you can hear that inner voice. Like, don't go that way. I think Kevin Gates just said that in an interview, $1 million worth of game. He was like, "Yo, something told me don't go to the club. I didn't go to the club. Somebody got shot." Like if it's just like, "Yo, don't leave." There's been times you told me something just said, "Don't take the freeway." Or whatever. And it might be the most weirdest thing ever, but listen. And if you don't, a lot of people can't hear that because they haven't cultivated a sense of understanding what their gut, they don't know what their gut sounds like. So if you and I have to make that decision, that issue a lot. I couldn't decide between my mind, heart, and my gut. If I call my sister, call my mom, call all these different people. Now I don't know if this is what Jay wants, is this what mommy wants, is this Taz's gut? Like you can't outsource a lot because then it hinders your ability to know which organ is telling you what to do. So understanding that, and I would say get your chakras in balance if you're trying to figure out gut, head, heart, whatever. My get it off your breast. Just stop playing with my fucking money and my time. Like I'm just I saw some interesting shit last week. I'm not even gonna try to be candid about it. And I told you about it. I'm very much on that. If it's not directed, it's not respected. But I think a lot of times you can see things and you ain't even got to tell people that you saw it. Like if you, we watching Raising Kanan, right? Like if they're trying to get at Rock, they're not going to just pull her over. You know what I'm saying? They're going to build a case, build a RICO or whatever. You need supporting evidence before you just say something. And I think a lot of times people feel so disrespected or you tried to get one on me or whatever. And I need to let you know that I seen that. I'm getting better at just taking a note, like, gotcha, heard you. Because I like, you know, you told me this a minute ago. I don't know if we said this on a podcast. If it's textable, text it. Don't call me. Like, text it to me. I did get a little aggravating text message this morning too. You know who you are. Don't do that again. If you're watching, don't do that again. But like really respect my time and my money. And I think that when it comes to, I think sometimes people, I'll add to this too. And I don't know if this is narcissism. I don't even know if the Red Table Talk is around anymore, but I do miss a good Red Table Talk when they used to bring experts on. But like, if I ask you something, right, and I say, hey, what's the price for this, right? And you tell me that the price is this price. That's the price I'm expecting to pay. So if we have an agreement and then later on, the price is more, and I ask you why, and you say, oh, we have this new thing that we're charging. But wait, when I asked you what the price was, why didn't you tell me that that was the price all at the same time? Then you say, well, I'm gonna waive it for you as a courteous this time. Is that, I don't know, what do you call, is that narcissism? Because you're trying to make it seem like you're doing me a favor when you tried to G me. We knew what the price was. So don't play with my time and my money. Cause you've heard me on the phone when I got to switch. I hate when I got to switch. Is somebody working behind this counter? You're like, yo.
If only y'all could hear these phone conversations. We could be in the middle of a freaking call. Hello, excuse me. Do you see me here or what? Like, yo, are you all right?
No, I'm not. Respect me and my time, yo. I feel like when niggas see you and they like, don't try to tax me because you think I got it. My thing is, if you try to overcharge me or do something to me, you're gonna mess up getting some quick money when we could have long-term money. But yet, like when I go in places, say what's up, speak to me, do something. Like I don't like it. And to give context, I was hungry. I went to get some food. And I don't like when you walk in places and like, let's say you get to work and they're like, you need to mop the floors, clean the bathrooms and do all this. So, and you're at work all day, you're like, I got to mop the floors. So when the customer walks in, I'm not going to serve them. I go in a lot of establishments. It's like your workload for the day is not more important than the customer. And I don't think that we're starting to get that. So yes, hello, I'm in here. Anybody frying potato wedges? Like, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, this is making me. But how you can support me? Stop playing with me, and the price is the price, and let's stick to it because I'm not gonna be nice. Like, just period. Like, so that was the most professional way that I could express it. If you think this is about you, it probably is. So just pray about it, meditate, get yourself right. And if it's not about you, if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you feel some type of way, it probably is about you. And if you feel a way, put it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Yeah, it's getting spicy. I'm hissing. That was a hiss, in case you didn't know.
That was the one.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, that's what I got for the get it off my breast, and y'all can support me by just like not stop playing with my time and my money. But yeah, moving on. Carry on. So we are on our women's spotlight. Interesting. It's so interesting. The spotlight we just put on those women. But at least we have something nice that's like good. Want to give a major shout out to comedian and actress Niecy Nash. She won an Emmy for her performance. Shout out to you, Niecy.
Yeah.
Funny, amazing person. Like, I love her. She's hilarious. But did you watch the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary on Netflix?
You know, I could only get through one episode. It was too dark for me, but she was on episode 1 and her acting was amazing. So
Yeah.
I know this is well deserved. She's just an amazing actress overall. But yeah, it was too dark for me. I could only watch one episode and I did not finish it. Did you watch it?
2 or 3. And the same here. I was just like, I'm too light for this. This is just the devil. But
yeah,
in her acting, it felt different than what I've seen her in. In that 1 or 2 episodes, I'm like, oh, I love when you see like when Kevin Hart played the serious person in that movie he did on Netflix. So yeah, shout out to Niecy. That's a huge deal. We do not want that Emmy to be overlooked in the mess, not in the mess, but with everything that's going on in music and stuff like that. So that is really nice. Shout out to Niecy Nash. And I don't know if I'm gonna go finish it though. I mean, I know she won, but it doesn't make me want to finish the Jeffrey Dahmer. When you watched it, before we move on to the next topic, was the first episode when she knocked on the door and she said, "It really stinks in here," and he was like, "I got some bad meat." Like, was that?
I think so.
And then it was dead people in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I need to get some Tide water too. I need some you need some Tide water? I need some Tide water.
Yeah, I do. Let's get some after we do this next thing, our song of the week.
Okay.
So
right.
we already went over my song of the week is gonna be Hits by Megan Thee Stallion. What is your song of the week?
It got any reasons why?
Oh, reasons why? It was just great. Like I really like the fact that it came with a video. Like you really got to visualize it, and the way that she was switching between Meg and then her alter ego Tina Snow. Like I just loved it. And then at the end of the video, that's when Tina Snow fully comes out. Like I feel like in the video she was battling between bringing her out, and at the end she brought her out. So I really liked it.
Do you have someone living inside of you like a Tina Snow?
You know, I feel like I do, but I haven't named that identity.
So now we have Meg versus Nikki, and then Roman versus Tina.
Yeah.
Who would you think would win in a Roman Tina fight?
I don't know, because Roman hasn't fully come out. No, I'm talking in this battle right now. Roman hasn't fully come out.
Oh, so Nikki's actually she's at a disadvantage because she's battling 2 people. Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Nikki's battling Tina and Meg, but Meg is only battling Nikki. Nikki needs to bring Roman out so it's a real 2-on-2. That's just I was just gonna do that. My song of the week, Gunna, Bachelor. What is you talking about? I can be calling your phone every day. What is you thinking about? We fucking, we break up, we fuck it, we break up, we fuck it, we break up, we make up, we fucking up, back it, take it. Yo, I've had that. I don't know if that's what you said. You love that song? Do you like it?
I like the song. That's not my favorite Gunna song, but I just love Gunna in general. So yeah.
I remember that time when Gunna dropped and he was like, if the album cover ain't ugly, it's not good. And you know, there's still a lot going on with him in the media. It's so much going on in the LBC. It's kind of hard being yo.
Double G.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, it's I'm not gonna, it's just everything like, but I will say Gunna, I heard Joe Budden say this. He said, ever since Gunna snitched, he ain't missed. I was like, damn, Joe. Like, why we gotta
Who
say
said that's the thing? Why are we saying that? Nobody's from Young Thug camp has come out and say Gunna has snitched.
but Lil Durk, Lil Baby, and 21 did.
Are they in that courtroom? Are they a part of the case? No one from Gunna's team has came out and said, I mean, Thug's team has come out and said Gunna snitched. Thug's dad did an interview. I don't know who, I don't remember who it was with, but he literally said, Gunna ain't do nothing to hurt our case. So why are we still running with the narrative that Gunna snitched?
Yeah, and you know me.
Let's let the fact if he did and the facts come out, then the facts come out. But let's let the facts come out when this finishes unfolding. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you're right, because like I said, I love Gunna's album. Like I don't like to get in the middle of that. Cancel culture is real, but I will say that video is fire. And I want to give you a backstory. I'm not sure if you peeped. Remember we watched it together, and it was all these baddies in there. Did you realize those were all of the first famous vixens from like the early 2000s?
I found that out afterwards.
Me too. Like that he ended up, and they asked Melissa Ford to be in it, but she turned it down because she had to do the Joe Budden podcast. And then Joe looked at her and was like, that's bullshit. You just went to that Tubi movie. You could have took the day off. I was like, oh my God. He was like, what's the real reason you didn't want to go over there with them baddies? She was like, I had to come to work. He said, but you went to do a Tubi movie. And I was like, yo. He was like, when you saw the video, was you mad? She was like, no, I wasn't. And I was getting over the flu. Because Melissa Ford, I think she was in a Big Pimpin' video and everything like that. But I love the visual. Gunna looks great. And then we talk about that last scene when Gunna was sitting on the counter. He was
I don't know why they had him sit on her.
just
That should have like that was not a good decision. That
was
should have
such
just been
a
cut out. Why
perfect
is he sitting?
video. Just looking wild. But yeah, that was a great video. Turbo snapped on that beat. It's been on. What's crazy is the song came out in November or December, I found out. But they just dropped the video. And I'm like, no, the video just, it did something and everything. But yeah, my song of the week is definitely Gunna and Turbo Bachelor. Make sure y'all check that out. Check out his and Bigfoot acapella. I listened to that this morning. I know before I go I'm getting dehydrated, but yeah, Bigfoot. I know this isn't the song of the week, but before I go get some water, I wanted to know, did you listen to the acapella yet?
I did not listen to the acapella yet. Is it better than the regular with the music?
For me, it's just, you remember how I was like, yo, I'm going to say I can't really like, I need to listen to it a couple times. I feel like when you remove the beat, I'm not going to, I feel like there's nothing blocking it, right? It's just right there. And it makes me want Meg to drop an acapella. It just, you're hearing it. Like it was so many things about, it was just so many different things, but it made me laugh. Like the hook did, I'm just like, I'm not laughing at the troll, but I'm like, Nikki is petty like her husband. I just can't I can't make this up because his last name is Petty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, yeah.
She said she was petty too. She had like spelled it out.
She said I'm P-I-T-T-Y, not P-I-T-T-Y, something like that. Pity petty. She did like a patty melt, whatever.
Something like that. But she was like, I'm P-R-T-T-Y, but I am P-E-T-T-Y. It was something like that, like saying she's pretty and petty, like something like that.
Well, I will say on that note of being petty and pretty, my mouth is getting dry. So I'm gonna go get me some Tide water. So we're gonna cut to a commercial break. We're gonna come right back because my tongue getting dry and I just gotta stay wet. I gotta stay wetty. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. Check out Tide water. Welcome back to HSP, the Hood Sistas Podcast. I'm hydrated.
Hope you guys got that quick break from our sponsors.
Shout out to Tide water. Stay hydrated. Yes, the most hydrated. Yes, I'm feeling so much better. It is time to jump right into it though. I'm really enjoying today's episode. What we doing this? Not the last segment, but the chunk, the meat.
Mm-hmm.
You want to introduce it or you want me to? Because
You seem ready, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce this topic.
all right, y'all. Bop, 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 bop. We here for the heavy hitter quitter. The sleeper. Since everybody taking shots and everything like that. So today's heavy hitter quitter is the detox.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is probably a very great way to end today's episode. Because would you say we started off toxic? Were we toxic? Was our topics that we started with toxic?
Yeah, we weren't toxic, but we did go over some toxicity that happened this week. So for sure, it is appropriate to have a detox.
Yeah, and look at us, right? We want to. It's January. Some people start their new year off with the things that they want to get rid of. And interestingly enough, shout out to mommy. Mommy and I have had a very bad sugar addiction lately. I can see it in my skin. So shout out to my esthetician. But yeah, mommy, I've been like, I love muffins and lavender matchas and donuts. I just finished my lavender matcha and I have a donut that's literally right over there. But I will say in 5 days, I haven't had one. Today, I just feel like getting one. But mommy said to me that when your body is craving sugar, that is a sign that you need to detox. And I was, oh my gosh. But I wanted to get your take, right? On how you approach detoxing, or like, can you feel the difference between when you need to detox from people versus food? Like, does your body know like the difference? Because detoxing there's so many ways that it can take shape, but I've heard you mention both. Like, people are toxic. So how do you know when you need to detox from people versus food? And can you feel the difference? If that makes sense.
For me, when it comes to food, I feel like I'm more mindful since I've been in my own place about what I'm consuming, but I feel like I won't really know that I need to detox until my cycle comes. Because my cycle is like the teller of how I've been eating. And if my cycle is bad, it means that I was not eating good. Or if my cycle is good, it means I was eating pretty clean. So that will be the teller. But like when it's happening, I can sometimes tell like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit more bloated today. Oh, I've been eating too much of this. It just shows up in different ways. But my cycle for sure is number one. But detox from people, I think we covered this in the last episode. I have a very low social battery. So I can't be around too many people too long anyways. So when that social battery runs out for me, I gotta go back to my personal space. So to me, I guess my detox just depends on how quick my social battery runs out, especially if I'm around people that I'm not usually around, or if I'm around new people and I don't really want to open up like that. That's kind of how I determine when it's time for me to detox. But in my current life and atmosphere, like I don't deal with a lot of toxic people. I feel like I feel like I have
leave me in it. I'm in that.
Oh, okay. We have had a lot of people off just not being on the same page anymore, or if people aren't like actively working on themselves, if they're still in their old set ways and they're not trying to improve or anything, we have cut those people off. And it's unfortunate at the time, but I can't be around or consume myself with people who are not trying to change something that's like deep within them, or heal wounds that are still being cut, still being open. Like you just gotta part ways. And it seems hard at first. People will probably say you switched up about it or whatever, but if I didn't switch up, I would be in the same position you are in currently, and I don't want to be there. I read a quote that said the worst place you can be is in the same place as you was last year. I don't want to be there. So when it comes to detoxing, it is very necessary. Do it as you need to, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's food, whether it's dieting. It's necessary all around. So how do you feel about detoxing?
Before I get into I had a question for you. When you talk about the social battery, what do you do, right? Like, let's say you know that, all right, I'm in a season of my social battery is drained and I don't want to deal with people, so I'm not going to go outside. How do you detox from the internet? Because you could say that I don't want to be around people, but then the internet is on the world. Like, is detoxing from the internet a thing for you too?
Yeah, I used to go on a lot of social media hiatuses. Like I still do it now, but like when I used to do it like often, it was just like, oh, I don't want to see this. I'm logging out for a month, da da da. So I still detox from the internet, but it also depends on, you also need to like audit who you follow. Like, because a lot of what I've noticed about social media is that when I would log onto these apps, I would see a lot of people that I may have went to school with, high school with, used to be old friends with. And it's like, y'all don't motivate me. Like y'all, no shade to anybody, but it's like, it wasn't motivating content and wasn't something that I wanted to keep up with, especially if we're not in that same season where we're still talking together, start talking to each other, or still friends. So I feel like once I started unfollowing people, and it's no hard feelings, I don't know why people take unfollow so personal. Once I started unfollowing people and clearing out my feed, I found myself having to take social media breaks a lot less. Like what you are consuming makes a huge difference about how you navigate in social media. A lot of times I do just get tired of social media, like aimlessly scrolling and stuff like that. I can fall into a bad habit of doing those things. But when you unfollow certain people that just don't align with where you are in your current life, you will be able to navigate social media a lot more better.
I love that you said that, because you know how you said that, like, it's not everybody wants you to follow them, and then they I don't get, if it's, I've had people get mad at me on a gram and I'm like, but you can call me. Like, I just, like, if you got my back, like, why we even like tripping about that? But like how you said that you realized that it was you were probably blaming the Instagram and the internet for people you chose to follow. And then when you unfollow them, now you're up there and you're seeing things that you like. So it's like, it's no different in food, right? Like if you're following the wrong people, it's going to make you look at the internet to be as toxic. If you're eating the wrong food, because what comes out, you're going to start to see things you don't like on the internet, and it's going to trigger you. So if you eat food, people don't understand the correlation between diet and, like, if you're drinking, if you're eating the wrong things, like that's why detoxifying, whether it's, I did Ramadan last year, you name it, like it could be that foods have chemical reactions to your brain and how you think. So if you're not taking the time to detox on the internet, and you eating bad, and you're around the wrong people, you can't tell. You know how we said at the beginning, I had a gut feeling. You got all this shit in your, you can't get a gut feeling. You gotta cleanse the gut. You know what I'm saying? Cleanse the gut so that you can have a gut feeling. But if you full of shit, you ain't gonna be able to be like, I ain't got no, because your guts is fucked up. Like I just don't know what else to say. Like, detox. So one person that I will say is always detoxing is our mother. Mommy, every single month. I don't know. Detoxing again, just detoxing again. I'm like, Ma, like, I'm on this Bobby Price. Like, you know the Bobby Price. I don't even know. Like, but always talking about tea. Mommy is always detoxing. Like,
that's what you, I don't know why Ma has never thought of venturing off as that as a business plan. You do that so often. You need to come up with a detox tea.
Mom,
That need to be incorporated into BBL, like, because it's a lifestyle. Let's talk about how this tea can detoxify your life.
Come on, T, and her name start with a T. Come on, Ma. Detox.
Hey now, I don't know why she hasn't invested in
detox.
That. That's what she did. Huh?
I'm gonna save that idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's already here, so whatever. But no, he said, huh? But no, like, no, you're absolutely right. Like, just knowing what to, like, get rid of the things that no longer serve you. It's a lot of things that I was holding on to at one point in my life, and I felt like I needed it until I got by myself and was really able to just not be influenced by other people's opinions. And the more time you spend with yourself, the more that you understand what's influencing you. Like, if you're around, like what they say, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if negative people and you show up to places, people are going to feel your negative energy. And like, one thing about me and you, if we go places, I've walked in rooms and been like, I'm leaving. I don't care what it is. Like, the tribe attracts your tribe. So if it feels like, even, I'll tell you this too, a sign of being able to, because, you know, we could probably just put the heavy hitter quitter with the fingertips, because I feel like people are going to need tips on how to detox. But I'll tell you this, a sign of something to stay away from. Have you ever just met somebody, right? And I've been guilty of this, but not in this way. It's like, Did you hear about, well, no, I take that back. I have never done this. So let me just say that right now, what I'm about to tell you. People will call you haven't talked to in a long time. Did you hear this about such and such? Did you hear this about such and such? Did you hear? And I'm just like, yo, why you know about everybody? To me, that's toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just feel like if you get on my phone and you know what's crazy? Since we've separated from people, like you said, I don't get those types of phone calls no more. And that says a lot. If you think about who's here and who's not, circle got smaller, everybody can't go. Word of neighborhood knit. Benny the Butcher got an album coming out called Everybody Can't Go. And it's no hard feelings, but it's like you said, like, if I'm growing this way and you're not growing, like, it's not up to me, right? I'm doing a lot of self-work. And when I talk to you, I'm aware of it. Emotional intelligence, accountability, I do so much self-actualizations about myself. Like, oh, why did you react like this? Why did that make you feel away? I question every emotion. And I just love right now, I can honestly say I have no toxicity in my life. And then, but when I see it, because I'm so intentional about it, I can identify it. What's toxic in my life is what I see on the internet, Nikki and Meg. I'm like, okay. And I don't want toxicity for them, but it's like, it doesn't have to be toxic, So I feel like I am in the space of right now. I feel like we should also, another tip, detoxify when you don't need to. Just have discipline and go on fast. Or I'm gonna just drink, like Kevin Gates, right? He'll be like, I'm only gonna drink water for the next 48 hours. Like, just discipline yourself. It could be like, I'm not gonna drink matcha. Detox could be like, you're obsessed with, it could be Starbucks, whatever the case may be. If there's something that you're super obsessed with that you can't let go, allow your body to get off of it. If you're craving sugars, I'm going through this right now, switching from, pastries to fruits or whatever the case may be, because if you just succumb to doing the same thing over and over, then it's going to become an addiction. You know what I'm saying? So it's counterproductive. Like, if you go into the gym every day, but then you eating potato chips, there's a lot of people that are doing things that just don't add up. Atomic habits. If I'm trying to detox, like, let's make sure that the things that we're doing are leading us forward instead of going backwards. Because you could be like, I'm detoxing. I've seen people like on Ramadan, I'm not going to eat during these hours, or I'm not going to smoke during these hours, and I'm not going to drink. But as soon as 7 o'clock here or the sun goes down, I'm drinking and I'm smoking. It defeats the purpose to overindulge. Like, I got off of sugar or coffee for a week and I'm right back on it. So, but I was going to say to you, if you didn't already, did you have any tips on what you think people should do or try, or systems you think?
Yeah, just veggie backing off of what you said. I feel like it's better to be preventative than, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, be preventative instead of trying to correct something. I'm trying to figure out how to word that correctly. Like, you want to, like, when it comes to stuff as simple as your skincare, you don't want to break out. So in order for you not to break out, you need to be cleansing your face every day, doing your regimen, etc. So you want to prevent those breakouts, as opposed to your face having an entire breakout. Now you have to correct the issue. So, like, prevent it before it's time for you to correct it. Like, that's just how I see detoxing. Like, don't wait until, oh, I'm 500 pounds, I got to detox now. No, like, you see you're coming up with bad habits, bad routines, like, get ahead of the curve before it's too late and you're already spiraling.
I like
so
that.
I would just say that would be one of my tips, like, start early before it's too late. And then another tip would to be, don't apologize for it. People gonna feel some type of way, and it is what it is. People gonna talk regardless. So if you have to cut someone off or detox from a situation or anyone, don't feel bad about it and don't apologize for it. Because if they were working on themselves and actively seeing, like, how their lifestyle choices or how they are as a person affected you, then they would make those adjustments so you wouldn't feel some type of way. But if they don't want to work on themselves, then it is what it is. So don't apologize for bettering yourself as a person, because, like you said, everyone can't go. So it is what it is.
I agree with all that. I was gonna ask you something that just came to my mind about toxic relationships. I've heard this term recently, like, I want some toxic dick, whatever. Like, I don't, when I hear that, I don't understand what that means. For one, I don't want dick at all. So I'm gonna just put that out there. But the toxic dick that we're describing, or even like, I don't know if you saw Krishan just got her new Blueface tat. I guess she's Blueface now because she has Blueface on her face. But I saw some comments like, "Oh, this is toxic as fuck." Like, that's what you're seeing, and it's just like, and hopefully I'm asking this question correctly. Like, have you heard about this? Like, well, I just wanted some toxic dick. It's like they're in an era of trying to detox. There are some people that are running towards toxicity. It's basically what I'm getting at. Have you heard that? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. I've never wanted nothing toxic.
Yeah, I've heard it. I don't quite understand it either. What I related to is you probably had some underlying trauma happen in your life that you were attaching yourself to. Like you haven't grown out of whatever spaces or places that you've experienced that you kind of unfortunately grown accustomed to, that all you know is toxicity. So it's like, this don't feel right because nothing bad is happening. This is too good. Like life is too good. Like I don't want a good, I don't know, a good partner or whatever, because it's like get boring or something. Like a lot of people crave drama because it's exciting to them. So I guess that's what toxic sex is like. Like it's exciting to people that, you know, being,
So
I don't know. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. When I hear toxic sex or toxic stuff, it just sounds nasty to me. It sounds dirty and
like no one's bathing, like there's STDs involved.
yeah, like
Yeah, it's like, let's have some toxic sex. Have you bathed? There's nothing that makes my body like crave that. So I don't know. I've heard a lot of women say, I just want somebody to put me in my place. I want some toxic. I'm like, why do you need to be put in your place? I don't understand women that need placeholders. Like I've had a couple, just put me in place.
I don't get it either, because it's just like I feel like when women say I feel like when some women say that, they're like relating a man or relating to whoever their partner is, that putting them in their place, like that aggression is like toxicity. But a man can still be assertive and still be kind and still love you properly. It doesn't have to be, oh, we gotta be toxic. Yeah, like ew, like if somebody put, like if someone put their hands on me like that in the middle of an argument, I'm leaving. This is not that. I don't get into things like that. So I don't know why that I don't know why that is. But yeah, I want this toxic era, toxic sex and all this toxic stuff just to stop. Because when you look up the definition of toxic, like toxic waste, you wouldn't want toxic waste in your life, but you want a toxic relationship. Like, what are we talking about?
Yes. It's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is all post-pandemic, but you're right. We're craving the wrong things. We don't even want peace and joy. We want toxicity. We want drama. We feed off of this. It's like the world can't spin if things ain't negative. And I just pray for peace, and I pray for peace and tranquility. I pray that y'all drink more water, drink more Tide water. Make sure you follow Tide water. Please drink your water. If you don't do anything, drink some water. A lot of people my homie was just telling me about how he was out on a trip and he said this girl finished a whole bottle of Crown Royal by herself and asked her if she wanted some water. And she said, no. I said, I know her pH was off. Like, there's just no, it's like you see people. And honestly, too, look, if you are drinking, I ain't judging, right? If you, whatever your vice is, if you're going to the club, try to drink a shot. If you're going for every shot, drink a shot of water in between, like a glass or something. Because even if you're constantly drinking, like your piss stink, I'm not gonna hold you. I don't like going in bathrooms. Your piss is gonna tell you, like, if you're toxic or not, right? And it's just, I always say that whatever goes in, it got to come out. You are what you eat. So if you eating toxic, you're gonna be a toxic person. Like like you said, veggie back. And so just eat better. I'm taking B12. Mommy said that give me vitamin energy. I'm doing better. I'm not perfect, but I am drinking my Tide water. I'm stretching and just staying out the way. Another way I think of detoxing. I got one more fingertip. The next time you want to be a chat pat, pull out your journal or your phone. And before you feel the need to call somebody to tell somebody, because that's the thing, right? I'm going to tell you where I feel like toxicity starts. Something happens, and instead of sitting with that feeling, this bitch disrespected me. I'm going to just go put it out there. This bitch fucking disrespected me, right? And instead of me just sitting with, why do I feel disrespected? Let me figure it out. I'm about to call my mother. Bitch, let me tell you. And then it goes, boom, Jay, let me tell you, we want to talk about the toxicity so much. We don't want to sit with it, figure out why we're feeling toxic. And then it turns into that. What I would suggest the next time something happens to you, be mindful of who you're sharing it with, because it's poison. So if I had something toxic happen to me and I give it to you, that's poison. Now we both got corona. It ain't good for nobody. So we got to get rid of that shit. So what I need you I rebuke that. You're right. We don't have that, but you get what I'm saying. It's like, it's contagious. It's that instant. So the next time that you receive toxic information, if someone is confiding in you, let's just keep it there. First and foremost, if someone trusts you, let's keep it there. If you can't, write it down and throw it away. And before you deliver toxic information, just take a beat and write it down, or just meditate on it for yourself. There's been times something's happened to me, and instead of calling you in real time, I'll wait for a week. I've processed it. Yo, I didn't call you last week, but this BS happened to me and I'm over it, because I think the problem is that you deliver emotion and story. If you can't separate it, give yourself 48 hours. After 48 hours, if you still feel adamant about it, then share. But sometimes the emotions, now you get riled up because your sister riled up. And then now everybody just, we gonna start a riot, everybody rowdy, whatever. So I would say next time that you feel the need to talk about somebody, share somebody's business, just write it down. Just that'll save everybody some time. So what we say, we said a lot. I don't know, but you heard what we said right here on HSP.
But yeah, if you gotta detox somebody or detox anything, don't apologize for it. You're bettering yourself at the end of the day. You're getting rid of waste. It's toxic waste in your life, and you're getting rid of it. So don't apologize for it.
Yes, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the way we started today's episode, and then the way that we like closing it, like the music, we wanted, like, that's what
Know
we're.
what we doing over here. We might know what we doing over here at HSP. We might know a few things.
I think we do. Like, cause I feel like we gave y'all a little bit of toxic, and then we just healed y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get your candles, drink your green juice, get your aloe vera, all of that. I'm proud of us. Like, this was epic today. You're beautiful. I love the skin is glowing. You're doing your thing. You look like you're like detoxed. You do, for sure. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
on this beautiful Manifest Monday, we really do appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow. Get in the comments, let us know what y'all want to see. And we got our thumbnails now. So you know what I'm saying, that's a fingertip. We got our thumbnails for our page, and we just gonna keep growing and glowing. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, Hustle. Hey, Hustle. Hey, you want to say hi before we close out? Come here. All right. Come on. Hey, say hi to your auntie. Wow. Okay, that's it. Okay, he done. Well, yeah, he's like, it's time. You want to go to the bathroom? Your nephew misses you, so you need to come here soon.
All right. I will be there soon. All right. We will see y'all next week on another episode of HSP.
Yeah. Gang. Love you, sis.
Love you.